Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you two easy DIYs. The first one is on the wall, it's a wire grid. Also how to hang plants from it. And the second thing is actually how to make your pots look more rustic. The first thing I want to show you is right behind me. This is a wire grid and I've seen the same thing at Urban Outfitters for like $20–$30, and I also saw one by Threshold from Target for like $10, but it was gold and not the size that I wanted it to be. So I found this wire grid from Daiso for $3. Daiso is a Japanese store. I really wanted a wire grid so I could hang some plants off of it, so I'm going to show you right now. So as you can see, this wire grid fits the length of the desk exactly. I already had that hung up, so it was the perfect size for everything, and it's so cheap. It was only $3. I used this. It's from Home Depot. It was probably like $1 or something, and I just had it already in my place, so that's why I'm using this. But I would recommend getting the one that has the hook sticking out so it doesn't fall off. I'm putting a lot of trust into this right now. I have 3 that I hammered in like that, and I did it without a level. I kind of wung it. I mean, I did measure using a tape measure, but the next day I noticed that there was a level downloaded onto my phone after I updated my phone. So it's the Measure app. It's gonna show you how level it is. That would have been very helpful if I updated my phone one day earlier, but you know, it worked out. So I'm gonna show you this before I actually do another one. So this pot I put on using just a wire and an S-hook. And you can find both of those at your local hardware store. I went to Home Depot. This is an 18 gauge 25-foot copper wire. The reason why I went with copper is because I use terracotta pot, so it kind of blends in without me having to paint it. It holds up to 15 pounds. So I'm putting my trust into what that says. This is a pack of 3 S-hooks in order for me to hook it into the wire itself. This says that it holds 10 pounds. With these two together, I'm just hoping that it doesn't fall off, but so far I've had no issues. It's been like a couple weeks now. I'm gonna show you with this empty 4-inch terracotta pot. It's the same size as the one up there right now. And this will be holding my propagation. I can't pronounce it, but I can put it on the screen. People are calling it a silver pothos a lot, but it's not actually that, which I found out recently. It's finally showing roots, and I have to wait for it to get longer before I can actually plant it like I did that one. I will just get this ready for that. So first, I'm just gonna wrap it around the terracotta. And the reason why it holds is because terracottas have this part that comes out, and you really depend on that. So if you're gonna use a pot that doesn't have that, it might just fall off. Make sure it crosses over like that, and then I'm gonna cut off the excess. I just bent it back and forth until it snapped off, and you only have to do that a couple times before it actually does come off. Then once you have it wrapped around like that, you can use your hands to just make sure that it gets to the bottom rim part. Press onto the sides. It makes it more tight. And you can just loop it around a few times. And it doesn't matter too much that it sticks out like this because it's just gonna be hidden on the wall. It goes at an angle. You're not gonna really see it. You can't even see the S-hook, which I did think at first that I would have to paint. Just get your S-hook, you hook it on like that, and then you can just hang it on your wall. Ta-da! And you're done with the wire grid. So the plant bench you see right behind me is new. It's from a flea market, and it was originally $60 and I got it down to $40. It's just a locally made wooden bench and I love it. I got it for my plants because honestly my plants were taking over the desk and then it made the desk not functional. This bench is specifically for them, and this spot was empty anyway, so that's why I have this here. This is what a terracotta pot will look like if you actually put the plant in, like without the nursery pot. You actually put the soil and the plant in it because the white residue is from minerals in the water and also fertilizer, and I actually do like that look because it makes it look more worn and gives it more character. You see how this pot right next to it that's housing my calathea looks very brand new. I can show you how to make this one look more worn, just like I have the one hanging on the wall that I showed you earlier. And the reason why I keep the calathea in its nursery pot instead of just planting it in here and getting the look naturally is because calathea plants like a lot of humidity. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. This is basically a 2-second DIY. All you'll need is some baking powder, which you probably have laying around your house if you bake anything ever. A paintbrush, a bowl, tap water, and the pot that you want to distress. So this is the terracotta pot that I will be using. I'm just gonna take the plant out of it. I just dropped my plant in the kitchen sink. No big deal. Why am I like this? Moving on. All you need to do is put some of this in here. I don't want to waste it, so I'm only going to do a little bit. Then fill it up with some water. I just put a tiny bit in and it's going to start fizzing. Take your paintbrush, stir it in there. Then to the outside of this, just start painting. And it doesn't really matter how you paint it because it's supposed to look kind of messy. And I'm just going to do the outside of it. But yeah, just slap it on there. Before it dries, it's going to start to look like this. And what I attempted when I did the neon pothos one is I took a paper towel and I kind of just like went around it, but that basically takes it all off. So if you want to change up the look from this, then you can just use your hands and kind of rub it, which I will show you, and then I'm gonna have to clean up the counter anyways. Keep in mind that you're just putting baking powder and water on the back of this, so it's gonna feel powdery, and I don't mind because it's just baking powder and it's not like that's dirty or anything. So, and it's just to the outside of the pot, so it shouldn't affect your plant itself. So this is a very cheap and easy way to do it yourself, and I'm gonna put the plant that I accidentally basically threw into my kitchen sink back in it to show you. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Oh crap. I think I got some baking powder on the lens.